the summer of 2018, I spent most of it with some boys from my secondary school. A lot of them I'd come up from primary school with. And I seemed suspiciously out of place. There's a place in our region called Thompson Park. I'm positive that's the name of it anyway. And we visited it on a few occasions. Played some manhunt, some childish games. I recall that at the time as possibly the last summer of us being young boys. Puberty was right around the corner, and it was the last summer holidays of evolving from the young kids who used to run around the playground playing footy to the ones running after boyfriends, yeah, if you like, girlfriends, and various other adult things. Predominantly booze. And I've never been into that stuff. I remember this summer particularly fondly because it was the first time I was among a much more socially savvy group of people than myself. Almost like I was the token weirdo that they invited along. At least at the time, that's what I felt. And secondly, it was... I'm losing my train of thought. But secondly, it was... Yeah, secondly, it was a chance to say goodbye to that old life. I'll not say goodbye to the last year where acting like a child and the innocence of it all was acceptable, before people are automatically expected to grow up and learn about the real world, which at the time, to be honest with you all, I had no interest in doing. There was occasions involved in everything like this where I, almost out of a copycat sensation, would tell girls that I liked them, almost because all the rest of them were doing it. And yes, I have my own sort of sense of beauty that I aspire within a possible partner. I know that there's just a feeling that, that I get. I know that. But personality didn't come into the picture. It was all sort of just a vision, a one-note vision of it all. And I just did it almost in a copycat nature. And that's interesting, because that tells me that a part of me might have actually wanted to move on and grow and evolve. It was like my little boy's holiday, my little lad's escape to a foreign country, where I could act like the rest of these boys, as a fraud, not as the real deal, but at least for a time I could act like them. I tried to get better at football, which I failed miserably. And I learned a lot more about hard truths of how I was viewed by people. Predominantly how I'm not, in many cases, friend or something more is particularly desirable. And I think that's when an exterior mind started to build up. There were other things that contributed to that too. But those can be left for another day. Goodbye.